Good morning, friends. I am Professor Dr. Ashish Sodhi to help you out implementing quality through innovation. Today, we are going to discuss that whether we can implement Six Sigma in education system or not. Many of my friends, professors, principals of the schools, and maybe the kind of departmental heads, NAAC coordinators, NBA coordinators used to have a question with me, that is whether Six Sigma kind of tool can be used in education or not. This is a very important question because we have a mindset that education system we cannot implement Six Sigma. Six Sigma is only for industries. I'll tell you that wherever we measure, whenever we take any kind of measurements and we have a repeated kind of measurements, then we can implement Six Sigma. Six Sigma is a statistical database technique which help you to improve your defects, reduce your defects by improving the quality, by attacking on the root cause of the problem. So if you say that education system is not having measurement, then you can say that you cannot implement Six Sigma there. But if you say that there is possibility of measurement, which is very much there in education system, then we can definitely implement Six Sigma. One more thing I like to tell you, that most of the service industries also do not have any measurements. They measure it but do not record, do not use it. And once they start measuring, things changes. Like you see the example of the different kinds of pizzas brands. They started measuring the size of capsicum, the piece of capsicum they are putting on the pizza, the diameter of the pizza, the pieces or the number of small corns what they have put on the pizzas. So this is all is trying to make quality consistent. So wherever you start, maybe you're measuring it or not, if you start measuring the system, your performance is going to improve, your quality is going to improve, your brand value is going to improve, and maybe others are not using it. But do not just wait that let others start, then we'll start doing it. You can improve what kind of the things. You can have projects for student performance improvement. You can think of, if you are Six Sigma compliant institute, how many students you will get any kind of failure, or students having less than 60% of marks, less than first class, less than, let us say, 80% marks. You can define your project in the way that all of your students will get 95% of the marks. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. But you have to put a lot of effort because it's not easy to implement Six Sigma. It's one of the difficult quality improvement methodology, which requires a lot of hard work, data collection, getting the root cause, and then attacking for it. The first and foremost project what I propose is that you go for implementation of student performance improvement. You can think of faculty performance monitoring and improvement. You can think of infrastructure improvement. You can think of any of the big problem like your admission process sometimes, or the placement process. You can think of how many of my students are going to be placed. If it is a school, you can think of how many of your students are placed in a reputed institute after 12th, maybe in IITs, maybe in medical education, or maybe in some other fields. But that is precisely what you can do, and you can definitely become a brand in your domain. If you are an engineering institute, if you are a professional institute, MBA institute, then you should see that how your students are going to be placed. What is the package? What should be the average package? What should be the maximum package? That kind of key parameters you can measure, and you can define definitely the project on it, and try to achieve those goals. That is what is your level of Six Sigma you can achieve. Now, what is there in Six Sigma? I'll just briefly tell you so that you can understand. Once you identify a project or a problem, you are going to attack that problem, and how it help you, I'll tell you. So what can be, how we can improve it? Basically, Six Sigma is a methodology which is which is based on DMAC model. Now, what is DMAC model? DMAC model is define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So normally we implement any of the project in Six Sigma under DMAC model. It is, in fact, 5-phase model. Define your problem, measure your system, measurement system, analyze the problem, improve it, and then control it. So when you start with the define phase, you'll try to see that maybe your problem is dependent on number of parameters. Those parameters are axes. So your y is dependent on number of axes. When you start with the define phase, you'll have many inputs. You have many parameters. You have around 30 plus input, for example. When you go to measure, you are going to go to the reducing the parameters which are really dominating. It will go to 10 to 15. In analyze, it will go to 8 to 10. And in improve phase, when you analyze, fix the problem, implementing some of the quality tools, you will go to the improve phase where you are just improving 3 or 4 or 4 to 8 parameters. And then finally, when you are able to implement, you will be able to achieve your results. Maybe if you want a placement, you are able to get replacement. If you want to go for any kind of process improvement thing, you can implement Six Sigma. In the control phase, finally, you control those X variables. That X variable is nothing but you are trying to target what is your objective Y, and you are trying to find out what are the reasons X1, X2, X3 and all, and try to identify. After identifying those reasons, you are fixing those reasons so that you can achieve the result. So once you do a particular project complete cycle, that is almost sure that you are going to achieve, maybe not up to Six Sigma, even you are able to achieve 5 Sigma or something like that. It is going to be the very big achievement, and you are going to be the brand in the particular kind of institute. It may be an engineering, medical, or you say MBA or a school. You are going to be very different kind of positioning within that segment. So if you are ready, you can think of this, you can implement it. Okay, you need to train some of your faculty members, you need to train some of the persons who are going to work for the particular project. But once you started doing it, it is almost like you are attacking on the defects, and defects are going to become opportunity to improvement. Financial benefit is definitely there. There is no Six Sigma project which will not have financial benefit. And further, if you use innovation with Six Sigma, like the TRIS tools what I used to promote, that will further enhance your performance much beyond your expectations, and you will be surprised what you are lagging, because you can achieve anything with Six Sigma, with TRIS. And the kind of things what we offers is, what are our services? We offer Six Sigma training, but it is project based training. So that means you have to do some project, you have to submit the report, you have to work with me, and you have to find it out that whether we are able to achieve the result or not. Because I do not want a theoretical training. It is going to be a practical training where you have to work on a particular problem. You have to pick up a problem and solve the problem. You can have training on the quality tools, which can be again selectively. If you wanted to implement a particular tool, you can implement it. You can think of how to innovate, so you can have a training on innovation tools. You can think of if how to go for career progression trainings. It is especially for professionals. Institute development trainings. If you are going, you wish to go for NAAC, NB, or any kind of accreditation, and you are facing some kind of issues, we can help you out. You can achieve much more beyond what are the parameters of NAAC and NBA. Because when we talk about Six Sigma, it is from the customer viewpoint you are seeing. Whereas NAAC, NBA, these are all parameter bound things. You have to achieve something, you're doing it, you're getting the certificate. But if we'll talk about Six Sigma, it is not certification. It is your satisfaction, your positioning in the market. You can think of the most important is student performance improvement projects. So you can do go for it, and that is what we offer. You can reach to me from my website or the link provided in the description below. I hope this is beneficial to you. So let us learn together innovation and Six Sigma and try to see how big impact we can make in the society, and let us build our nation based on quality through innovation. Thank you all for listening to me. Wish you all the best and stay tuned. And I hope that this session is valuable for you and you will enjoy the session. Uh, wish you all the best. Once again, thank you for joining me.